bell for round one. Ali surprises by opening strongly. Terrell has said he will take control of this fight from the outset. Now Ali is circling in the familiar movement. Terrell divides the ring by coming at him not in pursuit of the circle, but diagonally. Terrell fights in close. He becomes the fighter that Angelo Dundee says he doesn't like. The old Terrell, not the one who trained from a distance, using strictly the left from a distance during the sparring sessions before tonight. It is the grappling, clutching octopus Terrell who makes a fighter look bad. We have 1 minute to go in the first round. 30 seconds of the first round to go. Two quick lefts, neither doing any damage. The second one completely slipped. We have now 10 seconds to go in the first round. For the end of round one, here's George Chavallo. How did you score the round, George, and why?
How would I give that a 10-9 round to Terrell? He forced the action and got in some pretty good body blows. He out-roughed the champion in close. But I think the champion has much more poise and moving in a smoother rhythm than Terrell. Terrell seems a little too tense. He's trying to follow the champion, but his arms seem a little tense, and he's not punching as quickly with the jab as I might have anticipated. The champion
who scored around 10.29 for Ernie.
For Ernie Terrell, yes.
And I might quickly state that we're going to be doing this throughout the fight. George will score this fight as he sees it, not as the official sees it, not as the referee sees it. He will score it unofficially, but with the practiced eye of his experience in boxing. We're getting ready for the bell for round two. The experts think that Ernie will lead in this fight for the first 7 or 8 rounds. And then tie it. Ali is pulling a little of the stuff that he pulled in the first fight against Liston in Miami Beach. That simple little paw. Ernie becomes the octopus when he has you against the ropes or in a corner. far, George, Ali has not been able to penetrate Terrell, really, has he?
That's right, Howard. He's trying to, I think I'll embarrass him. He's trying to humiliate him. And I think he's trying to pick up his pace right now. He's scoring a little more often right now.
Both holding, Harry Kessler said, as he broke them apart. Well, Ernie tried to prove he had a right there. He missed, but he showed he'd at least throw it. As far as Ernie's concerned, they've called him the one-arm bandit too long. However, I must say Ali is scoring more now with that left jab, wouldn't you, George?
That's right. He's throwing it more now and connecting more with it.
We have 40 seconds left in round 2. What Ali is looking for is a Terrell left and then the dropping so that he can cross with a right over it. Left beginning to get through between the gloves. We have 5 seconds left of round 2. Ali's left, that is. There's the bell for round 2.
Stay tuned for more action tonight at the...
Does his best work, George.
That's why he seems to be very effective this part of the round on the inside.
That's the octopus. And nowhere in evidence up to this point is either the Ali shuffle or the double clutch shuffle. Whatever that may be. He is really the aggressor, Terrell is, up to this point in this round, although he did no damage in that last series of attempted blows. Ernie's changed his whole strategy this round, George.
That's right. As a matter of fact, most people thought that Terrell was doing the holding, it's the champion is doing the holding. The champion is coming on now.
You know from first-hand experience, Terrell can make any fighter look bad.
He's got a left hand sticking out there, but right now he's trying to be a rough fighter, and he's doing a pretty good job of it.
1 minute to go in this round 3. Ernie's left eye is getting red in the corner, George. Have you noticed?
That's right. It's got a little, looks like a slight abrasion on it.
That's because Ali's left is beginning to get through in between those gloves. And Ernie's been keeping up, in general, effectively. 30 seconds to go in round 3. I think Ali's getting a little annoyed, don't you, George?
That's right.
About at the end. There it is, the bell for round 3. George, you're scoring in that.
Well, I scored the same as I scored in the second round, Howard. I give the champion 10. I give Terrell 9.
Terrell started fast, as you saw it, but Ali overcame it.
That's right. He picked up the pace and started to put his punches together. Terrell started to rough up the champion in the first part of the round, but later on, the champion moved on very well, got himself off the ropes, and put his punches together very well.
We're ready for the advent of round 4. You said he wouldn't go to the stomach, did
You never know what can happen in a fight.
That's the Terrell we all know. From the bout against George in Canada, from the bout against Judge Jones. So many of the others he's won, 39 out of 43 in his career. Dancing out of trouble. What was Ernie's complaint there as you saw it, George?
I'm not sure. I think he said he got a thumb in the eye. His eyes
looked like he said the glove wasn't closed. Referee Kessler could deduct if he agreed with Terrell. Yes. Damaging Terrell's eye strongly now. 1 minute to go in round 4. It's amazing. Terrell came at him, and the champ slipped that last one beautifully. So Ernie has him against the ropes and pounds to the back. 30 seconds to go in this round. Crowd gets excited. We have 10 seconds to go. Terrell remains unafraid, but he is not doing the damage that the hopeful crowd reaction would indicate. That's the bell for round 4. How do you score that one, George?
This one I scored even, Howard. Terrell out-roughed the champion. He got him with a good right hand in the far corner, hit him with a good left hook near the end of the round in this corner. But he was getting too much with the left hand, although he did force the action. So in that case, I give them both 10 points.
Stay tuned for more action tonight at the Fights on Classic Sports Network.
Would you be surprised to hear that there's a genetic disease most folks have never heard of that affects more Americans than cystic fibrosis, sickle cell anemia, or multiple sclerosis? It's called polycystic kidney disease, and over 500,000 Americans with it face possible kidney failure. Progress is being made. I'm Regis Philbin. Please join me in support of the Polycystic Kidney Disease Research Foundation. For information, call the PKR Foundation at 1-800-PKD-CURE.
Just like moons and like suns, with the certainty of tides, just like hope springing high, still I rise, bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the hope and the dream of the slave. And so I rise. rise.
Chevy Trucks presents This Day in Classic Sports. July 9th, 1946. Teddy Ball Games All-Star Day. After this.
It's the only one out there. And here it comes. Introducing the only compact pickup to offer a third door. Okay, folks, show's over. Chevy S-Series, like a rock.
July 9th, 1946. Ted Williams thrills Fenway with a 4-hit, 5 RBI All-Star game. In the 8th, he faces Pirates pitcher Rip Sewell, who tempts the splendid Splinter with a high arcing eephus pitch. Williams steps up and cranks a 3-run homer. Tune in every day for This Day in Classic Sports.
Welcome back to Tonight at the Fights on Classic Sports Network.
Here's the bell for round 5. Muhammad's brother, Rahman, might possibly be heard in the background, screaming, "Keep moving, Muhammad." Exhortation is hardly necessary. That's all Ali does. Let's just flashed in against that injured eye. Isn't happy with what's happening now. Ernie shot that left and just missed. Tesla just told both fighters, stop that holding, both of you. Call an exciting round. Ernie got a right to the crown of the champ right there, and the champ got 2 lefts right on that eye, George. Did you see that?
Beautiful left hand. He's trying to take over the completed now in this round. He's right within punching room. He's not moving too far back. He's right in punching room.
Seconds to go in round 5. Not an easy thing for a man Tesla's age and size to break those 2 apart. We have 10 seconds to go in the round. Against the shuffle, the end of round 5. George, score that one.
Well, I give this one also 10-9 to Muhammad Ali. He's really finding the spot now. He's got Terrell's eye really puffed up. It looks very bad for Ernie right now. The beautiful thing about Muhammad Ali in this particular round was that he was always in punching range. He wasn't moving too fast or too far out. He was always within punching range. Every time he threw the left jab and seemed to find its mark. Terrell seemed to try to rough him up, but he couldn't seem to get to him. A funny thing about Ernie I've been noticing is that he's not fighting his usual type of fight in stance. He's facing the champion rather than giving him the side. Rather than try to use the long left hand, he's facing him. And I think this is proving to be an easier target for the champion.
It's interesting. And as the viewers were able to see a couple of seconds ago, the minute Ernie gets to the corner, they put the ice pack on the eye, which is not now being as effective as it was a couple of rounds ago. It's a tremendous swelling and welt under that left eye. The beginning of round 6. Going after that eye like he went after Henry Cooper. Quick verbal note incidentally, scores of great sports writers from all over the world at ringside, including 8 from Great Britain. Crowd manifesting its displeasure with the grappling. That was an ear slip, not a blow, right, George?
He just tripped. The champion just tripped.
And strangely, in his sparring sessions during the past week, the champ slipped 3 times. Angie Dundee said it was because they were over-vacuuming the ring floor. We do want to welcome our good friends over in England, up in the wee small hours of the morning. A good left by Terrell there. Good boxing in Britain, and they appreciate it. You think Ernie is getting discouraged?
He's getting discouraged a little before landing. Now, already you notice how high he's keeping his gloves. He doesn't seem to be able to have a real good defense with the jab.
We have approximately 30 seconds to go in this round. Surprised Ali hasn't gone more to Terrell's stomach.
That's right, but he's not a body puncher anyway.
Never used to be, but started to do it in the Williams fight. We have 15 seconds to go in the round as the crowd starts to boo the lack of action. Should have been prepared for this. This is the way Ernie fights. It makes everybody look bad. And that's the bell for the end of the round.
Stay tuned for more action tonight at the Fights on Classic Sports Network.
Who are you?
See more smoke. Smoke detector. And I see more smoke coming from that toaster.
Thanks for warning us, Seymour.
I hate smoke. So whenever I see it, I make this noise to warn you. Because where there's smoke, there may be fire.
Be cool about fire, baby.
Be cool.
Math, a 4-letter word, right? Hey, you don't need that.
Why design the world's newest chips?
When you could be flipping the world's oldest burgers. Hey, wait a minute. This is math. Geometry, algebra.
No pocket protectors here.
But you're cruising without math. Yeah, right. Take a good look.
That's math staring back at you.
It's not a problem, man. It's an answer. Call NACME. We'll tell you what you need to do.
Well, I know we have a little traffic, but here we are on our way to Victory Yard. I can't thank you enough for coming. I even have Classic Sports on the radio. Listen.
Led by Gordie Howe.
That's the 64 Cup Final. You know, it's not often I have a celebrity in town, in my car, nonetheless. Especially someone your age, and I really respect you traveling. You've been around and done so much. Wait a minute. Oh, man, how could I forget that? We got to protect you. We'll be there in a minute. Thanks for coming.
Watch great Stanley Cup action on Frozen in Time, only on Classic Sports Network.
Welcome back to Tonight at the Fights on Classic Sports Network.
A note before we return to the heavyweight championship fight between Muhammad Ali and Ernie Terrell that took place in February 1967. Earlier we talked about how Ali was looking to punish Terrell for his refusal to call Ali by his new Muslim name. In a very crucial way, this fight was reminiscent of another Ali fight against Floyd Patterson, which had taken place over a year earlier. On that night as well, Ali intended to teach an opponent who insisted on calling him Cassius Clay a lesson. Ironically, in an attempt to so brutally beat respect into his opponents, Muhammad Ali lost some respect in the eyes of some of his strongest supporters. One of those was Howard Cosell, who called both fights. Let's go back to Muhammad Ali in his prime as we watch the scene unfold and pay close attention to Ali's mouth as well as his fists as he continually taunts his opponent, Ernie Terrell, with the question, "What is my name? What is my name?"
Round 7. He's in bad trouble. Ali knows it. He's going after him.
Cut over both eyes.
He's cut over both eyes is right. We are only a minute and 20 seconds into this round. And Terrell is in bad trouble. The left eye is almost totally shut. The right eye is now cut and swelling fast. Terrell's a game one. He's on rubbery legs now, George. Holding the hands up in an attempt to guard. Seconds left in the round, and the blood is now streaming down Terrell's face as he comes back with an attempted flurry and lands a right to the cheek of Ali that Ali felt. However, Terrell's blood is now all over Ali's body, all over his chest. He's got courage. Terrell keeps coming at him. We have 15 seconds left of the round, and they'll go to work on those eyes of Terrell's as quickly as they can. That's the end of round 7. No intent, George, just 1 second to be dramatic here. But Terrell said, as long as I can stand, as long as I can see, I'll be throwing punches. Now look at it in slow motion. You see Ali moving in on him. Ripping with the Ali combination. As you're watching this in slow motion, they're doing everything they can. They're closing up the cut over the right eye. They've got the ice patch over the left eye of Terrell. And as you continue to watch in slow motion, as you see Ali pummel him, George, how'd you score the round?
Another big round for the champion, 10-8. He did everything to Terrell but knock him down. Terrell's face as he went to his corner was a crimson mask. And he did everything but fall down. He's showing a lot of heart.
Slow motion, I think, showed you vividly the trouble Terrell was in. Now the bell for round 8. And Ali goes right to the left of the face and lands 2 of them. Now he's working on the right eye. Round 8. This was the round Angelo Dundee told this reporter would be the final round of the fight. But he said the 6th round would end it in Germany against Mildenberger. And once again, you have to win it in the ring, not from the corner. Joe Lewis has just joined us. Ernie got a glancing left against the champ then. Joe, your mic is now open. How bad do you think the thing is for Terrell at this moment?
Well, it looks bad. You know, watching the fight, watching Terrell fight, the best punch he not use is jab.
That's the point Chevalo made earlier. Not fighting the way he trained in the ring.
Yeah, that's right.
But look at his guts.
Oh, he got a lot of guts. He got a lot of guts. But Terrell knows to have a good left. And that's something he's not using.
One has to wonder why he changed his strategy.
That's right, Howard. He's been made to change sides because he's getting pummeled around the face. He has to use his left hand as a defensive thing rather than a defensive weapon.
Exactly so. That's what Patterson did. Now he's hitting him again, much the way he did in the 7th round. Ali against Terrell. That's exactly, you'll remember what Patterson did to Johansson that June night in 1960 when he recaptured the heavyweight title. He nullified Johansson's right, and tonight Ali has nullified Terrell's left.
Clay is talking to Terrell.
He's asking what his name is.
It said he'd humiliate him. I hardly think it's necessary. Don't you agree, Joe?
I don't know about that.
We have 30 seconds to go.
I think Clay can do what he want to do in the ring.
Just happened in the ring. It spoke for itself.
Wait, how you see what Clay asked him? Said, what's my name?
That was the big 3-word question that was answered last Saturday on television in advance by Ernie Terrell. He said his name is Cassius Clay.
Stay tuned for more action tonight at the fights on Classic Sports Network.
In America, you are not required to offer food to the hungry or shelter to the homeless. There is no ordinance forcing you to visit the lonely. In fact, nowhere in the Constitution does it say you have to provide anything for anybody. Thank you for all you've given. Imagine what more could do.
Kathy died real suddenly from a brain aneurysm. She was 29 years old. There was no warning. Organ donation was a very painful decision to make on my own. I wish we'd talked about it, because I didn't know if I was doing the right thing. We didn't have that discussion because we thought we were young. We thought we had a lot of time, but we didn't.
Chemistry class led me to a life of crime. I catch murderers, rapists, and thieves with a microscope. Help your daughter become a scientist. Instead of a tea set, get her a chemistry set. Look at the boring job I got from being a science nerd. Expect the best from a girl. That's what you'll get.
This July, the stars come out when Classic Sports Network presents the Ultimate All-Star Game, baseball's dream team at a Classic Sports original. 9 of the greatest All-Star innings from the 30s through the 90s. Watch the Ultimate All-Star Game, Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, only on Classic Sports.
Welcome back to Tonight at the Fights on Classic Sports Network.
You think so, Joe?
Probably last round.
Prediction by Joe Louis that round 9 will be the last round of the fight. Let's see. You remember it didn't happen that way in Germany, Joe. Don't you think if he was going to knock him out, he should go in after him, more quickly, more strongly?
Well, he may tell the truth, but you know what I think now? I think Clay is acting somewhat like in the Floyd Patterson fight. Remember he knocked him down in the 6th round?
That's why I asked you the question. Do you think that he's deliberately doing that?
I think so.
You do? What do you think, George?
I think so. He's just letting him hang on. He's trying to humiliate him like he said he would.
Matters of opinion only. Most the viewers understand. As you all can see, Ali is just using the left when he wants to and getting through now as well. Notice the gloves are no longer so close together, George.
That's right. He's opening up now. He's dropping his left hand a little bit, too.
We have 1 minute to go in round 9. And I suspect, Joe, that your prediction will go by the wayside.
Well, we still don't take the 10-second time out, so there'll be some sacrifice.
Do you think the referee should at this point?
No, not right now.
No. The champion isn't doing any damage here. For whatever reason. We have only 30 seconds to go in round 9. That's the end of round 9. How do you score that one, George Chavallo?
Well, this round's a little closer than the last one, only because the champion didn't care to throw as many. He seems to have Terrell pretty well at his mercy. So, Terrell still has his eyes puffed up, but Ali just isn't pressing things. Looks like he wants to go just a little bit further.
I'd like one quick question of Joe Louis before you go, Joe, and thank you for coming by. You are regaled as perhaps the greatest champion who ever lived.
Well,
Is Ali a great fighter.
No question about it. Tonight he's proven it.
Thank you, Joe Lewis. Ali is now just taunting him with words right from the opening bell. Good left, surprisingly, by Ernie, although it landed high on the chest, shoulder area. Note that if Ali wants to move, he can do it very readily still, and he leaves around virtually standing still, George. That's very true. Low blows by Ernie, noticed at close hand by Harry Kessler. I doubt that there'll be any penalty. Whoa! Ernie's fist lower than up.
That's right, a very good left hook flush on the chin.
1 minute to go in the round. We said that it was very possible that Ali was tormenting him. Ali doesn't look that fresh anymore, George.
That's right, he does look a little tired. I stopped taking a deep breath there.
30 seconds left in the round. A couple of those blows by Ernie were low, but the crowd understands. He's a tired fighter who was bent over. No malice intended. It's the end of round 10. I know it's getting very, very repetitive, George, but how did you score that one?
Well, actually, I have a little surprise. I think this round was even because the champion chose not to do too much in this round. He got hit with a pretty good left hook in the first part of the round, but he did come back with a couple of good furries at the end. But Terrell did force it and hit him with a good left hook in the far corner and was pressing with the jab.
There you see Terrell's face. that followed the left just missed, and the left didn't really get there either. It was in the 7th round that Ali did his damage to Terrell. Ernie's been fighting on nerve ever since. And yet Ernie keeps coming back. We now have a minute to go in the round.
That's right. Ernie is trying hard, but he has a face the size, at least on his face, there are marks the size of pecan nuts, over and above both eyes.
Let's go back up there. One step back. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, Harry Kessler say thank you very much as he broke the fighters. Seconds to go. One almost gets the feeling it's the Green Bay Packers running out the clock.
Stay tuned for more action tonight at the Fights on Classic Sports Network.
Chemistry class led me to a life of crime. I catch murderers, rapists, and thieves with a microscope. Help your daughter become a scientist. Instead of a tea set, get her a chemistry set. Look at the boring job I got from being a science nerd. Expect the best from a girl. That's what you'll get.
Kathy died real suddenly from a brain aneurysm. She was 29 years old. There was no warning. Organ donation was a very painful decision to make on my own. I wish we'd talked about it, because I didn't know if I was doing the right thing. We didn't have that discussion because we thought we were young. We thought we had a lot of time, but we didn't.
Welcome back to Tonight at the Fights on Classic Sports Network.
Round 12 coming up. More aggressive as this round starts. It may be that he's going to try to finish it this time, George.
That's right. He's standing very flat-footed and throwing some good punches.
Oh, Terrell tried desperately to measure Ali with a right. But as you saw, couldn't bring it home. We're going to show you that desperate right that Ernie hit in slow motion in the same round. Ali is now pummeling Terrell. And just moving in next to us, for you general sports fans who are watching this bout, the guy who just walks with grace and walks with class. Joe DiMaggio has just joined us. The older he gets, the better looking he gets. Terrell's got courage, but little left. Wouldn't you say, Joe?
Yes, I'd have to say that myself. I think that Clay has still got plenty of left, you know. I think right now he'd like to finish him off, but he's not giving him much of an opening, as you can see, Howard.
You had the same problem with Bob Feller. We've got 30 seconds to go in this round.
Well, you must admire that man's courage up there, Howard.
He's come back round after round after round. We questioned before whether Ali was just tormenting him. Could have put him away earlier after the damage of the 7th round, Joe. Joe Louis said he thought he could, and George Chuvalo said he thought he could. But now it doesn't appear that he can. We're approaching the end of this round, a matter of seconds.
It looks like the Clay is between the tire just a little bit, and he's liking the steam in that punch.
That's true, and that, of course, was the end of round 12.
Right now, Terrell is holding on desperately, and Ali is having trouble. A lot of the punches he throws are being blocked by Terrell. Terrell has his hands up very well, but of course, like I said before, he just isn't throwing enough.
Ali should be tired. When one thinks that a week ago tonight, he was just getting back to Houston from Cleveland. Would you believe it, Joe, a week before the fight? He went up to Cleveland for farewell to Jimmy Brown Day. Spent 2 days up there. All right, round 13. Joe DiMaggio is leaving us to go back to his seat, and I'll tell you, some men never age. Your kind of courage, George.
He's put up a very courageous stand tonight. Doesn't have any chance of winning, it seems, but they still are pitching, still looking to land the big right hand or left hook.
For a guy who's supposed to run out of stamina, Terrell has done a remarkable job of standing up. We have only 1 minute to go in the 13th round, and it begins to appear more and more likely that this bout will go 15. Ernie has been fortunate in one sense, George Chuvalo. The cuts are under the eyes, not over them.
That's right. The blood isn't streaming down into his eye. If it was over his eyes, he'd be in much more danger.
Fight would have been stopped a long time ago. We have but 15 seconds to go in this round. of round 13.
Stay tuned for more action tonight at the fights on Classic Sports Network.
Be cool about fire safety.
Do you know how to escape from your home if there's a fire? You gotta have a plan. They didn't have a plan. But these people do.
Okay, in case of a fire, you and your sister are to go out this door.
Or we can always go out that way. We have 2 exits, okay?
And remember, practice makes perfect. So tell your parents, we gotta have a plan.
Be cool about fire safety. Be cool.
Who are you?
See more smoke. Smoke detector. And I see more smoke coming from that toaster.
Thanks for warning us, Seymour.
I hate smoke. So whenever I see it, I make this noise to warn you. Because where there's smoke, there may be fire. Be cool about fire safety. Be cool.
They want to get me, I'm going to be ready to get them. They just shoot. They don't care who gets in the way. I want to be respected. This gets me respect, know what I'm saying? I'm afraid to walk to school. Okay? Yeah, I might die. Everybody dies.
Kids shooting, kids getting shot. They're all victims of gun violence. The killing won't stop unless you help stop it. Call 1-800-WE-PREVENT for free information. Not one more lost life. Not one more grieving family. Not one more.
I don't want to die.
Hi, Puddin'.
Oh, you're so... I don't have shoes.
Oh, you are gorgeous. Noreen. Talk to me.
If you don't stop someone from driving drunk, who will?
Come on, talk to me.
Do whatever it takes.
Come on, you can do it.
Welcome back to Tonight at the Fights on Classic Sports Network.
What impels a man to go out there?
His pride and always the fact that he has the chance. He still has a chance. After all, there are 2 rounds left.
What you've seen tonight, George, do you still want another shot at Ali?
I certainly do. Howard, I think I'm the type of fighter that can beat Muhammad Ali. In order to beat the champion, I think you have to stand top and keep on a sustained attack, which Terrell hasn't been able to do. Terrell is really fighting the champion's fight, not his own fight. If he was fighting his own fight, he'd be backing off and trying to nail the champion coming in. But he's fighting the champion's fight.
No words necessary to describe that which you are saying. We have 1 minute to go in the 14th round. seconds to go in the 14th. I suspect as soon as the round is over, the commission doctors will come up again. Round, and once again George Cavallo has scored at 10 for Ali, 8 for Terrell. Some deeply sensitive soul, very nearly behind us, is exhorting the champion to do further damage to Terrell's face. He has just told the champion that Terrell's face looks like a hamburger, but it's apparently not enough to satisfy this frenzied soul.
Stay tuned for more action tonight at the Fights on Classic Sports Network.
The shoe that started it all is back in ball. Introducing the new All-Star for the next All-Star.
The one thing that I am most proud of about myself is that I realize that it is far better to understand than to be understood.
But you had one job to do and one job only. I had several that I had to do. I had to score at times, to rebound, to play defense. And, you know, I did it the best I could. I think that most of my teams did the best they could. I think the Boston teams were just better, so therefore they won the big ones.
It was a classic way of playing the game in the UCLA style. Teamwork, quickness and speed, and unselfish play.
I love that pressure. I love it when it's right on you and you wake up in the morning and you know that you have to go out and get the job done. The real champions, they just can't wait to get up in the morning knowing that it's all on them.
Welcome back to Tonight at the Fights on Classic Sports Network.
That's right. Terrell is now having his eyes worked on. This is the last round, and he still looks fairly strong. I think he'll make out the fight. I think he'll last till the end.
I got to respect that, Terrell.
That's right. Nobody expected the fight to go this far. They're putting up a very gallant stand.
Summation, it may be said, George, this fight was not an exciting fight, not an epic night in boxing history, but a night when a heavyweight champion of the world, whatever one might think of him for other reasons, may have proved himself. According to Joe Lewis, he has. We are not judging the score. That will be done by the officials. but it would be terribly, terribly hard to see how, under any circumstances, they could give nothing to Terrell. You see it there before your eyes. It's the story of this fight. We have 1 minute to go in the final round.
I'm not sure whether that's blood from Ali's nose or blood that's poured out here from Terrell.
I believe it's the blood from Terrell. As you can see now, it is blood from Terrell, not from Ali. We are 15 seconds away from the formal end of the bout. Fight is over. I'm going to be going up into the ring. Once again, the round is gone by George Cavallo's scoring to Ali. And according to George, Ali has won 13 rounds, lost one was even. Let's wait for the verdict of the officials as this reporter gets up into the ring to talk with the winner. Ernie Terrell is now walking over to congratulate, before the official verdict, Angelo Dundee. Ernie, I wonder if you'd come over here for just a moment. Well, I've lost the earphone, and it doesn't matter. I'm going to trust we're on mic and viewing those cameras. You know you've lost this fight before the verdict.
Well, not before the verdict. He did an awful lot of power. He took my eye and rubbed it against the top rope, and I was seeing two of them. I couldn't know which one to jab at. So that's why I was wild.
It didn't seem to me, though, honestly, Ernie, that you fought the fight the way you planned to. That you were using that left the way you did in training.
The first couple rounds was the way I planned. But then he took my eye and rubbed it against the top rope. I was seeing three of them from the third round on.
Would you want another crack at him?
Certainly.
What do you think the official verdict will be? One-sided?
I don't know.
You still hate this man?
I don't hate the man as a fighter. I still just like what he represents and what he says. It's unnecessary. It's not in sports, and he shouldn't bring it in. I respect all fighters for ability, but not for nonsense.
Ernie, I want to say this to you. You've shown great dignity throughout the recent weeks and great courage. My congratulations to you.
Thank you.
We now await the decision.
For Ernie Terrell, 138. For Muhammad Ali, 148.
148 to 138, the first official card.
From Judge Jimmy Webb, Ernie Terrell, 133. Muhammad Ali, 148.
An overwhelming second card.
From Ernie Taylor,
for
Ernie Terrell, 137. Muhammad Ali, 148.
As you can see, an overwhelming, unanimous decision.
I repeat, the undisputed champion of the world, Muhammad Ali.
Champ, you've just taken my earplug, which no longer matters. This is the camera we are looking at. First, my congratulations to you on the clear victory that you won. Second, Ernie Terrell, I must tell you this, has just told me that you fouled him, and that's what caused the damage to his eye. What's your rejoinder to that?
I was just waiting for the excuse, and that's it. And I like to say, as usual, always thank Almighty God, Allah, for making me successful as usual with Ernie Terrell, and to be able
to come out of the ring with no scratches at all on my face. And I'd also like to thank the Honorable Elijah Muhammad for the religion of Islam that he teaches us in America, which has enabled me to fight so regular and live a clean life.
It's a good stance in the fact that Vinny Pazienza now will have to throw right-hand leads against him, and Rosenblatt will be able to move. It's good style. He's been very good. He's a deceptive body puncher.
Here comes the walkout. Dana Rosenblatt's camp. There is trainer Joe Lake. And there is Dana Rosenblatt, 24 years old, from Malden, Massachusetts. Began competitively as a kickboxer. And then when the purses were about $50, he said, you know what? Maybe professional boxing is the right way to go.
He made the move, and in the last couple of years has steadily improved with every fight. So he arrives at this juncture with momentum from the improvement standpoint.
The only big-name fighter you can point to with world-class experience that Rosenblatt met was Howard Davis, who was coming back after a layoff in a very ill-fated comeback. And Howard, you know, not nearly the fighter he was. He was 40 years old, so that was a one-sided fight.
Davis was totally shot going into that. But Rosenblatt, in some previous fights, has shown some flashes of explosive power, able to score at times some one-round knockouts. And over Pat Lawler in February in Connecticut, big one-punch shot there which turned the fight around. A little bit surprising. This guy's got more pop than people realize, and that could be one of the intangible factors in here. The other one is that for Vinny Pazienza, throw the Roy Jones fight out. He was in against another level.
Vinny felt that night